All right, let's go ahead and create a user. So we are logged in to exchange.intermedia.net. This is our home screen here. We're just going to click on users. We're going to click on create user. Okay, we're going to make sure that our services are Exchange. Get the full package there. A display name is required. Let's go ahead and put one in there. First name, last name. That's going to automatically create the first name, last name here. I'm going to add a dot in between the first and last name. I'm going to make everything lowercase just to keep it nice and consistent. Make sure we do have the BHHS It should always default right there. Click on this generate password unless you want to create your own password. You can definitely do that yourself. I'm going to go ahead and click on generate password. It's going to create this password here for me, and I'm going to make sure that I write that down so that I can pass that on to the agent. TU9, very secure. Generate passwords works very well. Okay, then the organizational unit, obviously whatever office the agent is in, this agent is in Danville. And then I can also create another user if I want, but at this point, I just want to create. All right. Now, what's going to happen is it's going to give me this little total here. It's going to ask me to confirm. Once I confirm, then the email has been created. The user is created. But then we still got to go back into the user settings, and we need to just make sure everything looks nice. We're going to double check everything that we did, and we're going to look at some other options that you can do as well. Spinning wheel, spinning wheel. Spinning is good, though. As long as it's not frozen, it's good. All right, once it is fully done and created, I'm going to type in here and search for that agent. First name, general. You can do first name, last name. I just do the first name there. Okay, I can see it says tester I just created. I'm going to click on the display name. It's going to take me to this screen here. There's no photo here yet, but we do want to make sure that we upload some type of a photo. If you don't have one, go ahead and go to our Document Center inside of your MyConnect. And from there, just click on the A1 for logos. Scroll down until you see this seal, and you can just right-click, save image as. That'll save the image to your desktop. Once it's saved, then I can upload it here. So that way we have something in there. Okay, if we need to reset the password, we can go right here. We can type in a new password twice. That's all you have to do to reset the password. You can adjust the user's password settings. So you can say that the user can't change their password, or we can force them to change their password the next time that they log in. So we got two choices there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close that. I'm not going to make any changes. We can edit the user information if we want to. We can add in all this good stuff. However much data you want to add in, you definitely can. Scroll down and show you what everything looks like. All right, so for now, I'm just going to leave the data by itself. Set user permissions, you can definitely do that too. And now we've just basically verified everything looks good. Now that we've gone through this first tab, the user information tab, now let's take a look at the Exchange tab. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to look at the email forward. Forward is not set up. Member of how many distribution lists? Right now, currently a member of 0. They should always be a member of at least 2. At least 2. Everybody should be in the Drysdales. So we're going to click on this address book icon. I'm going to add this person to the Drysdale list. Apply filter. There's the test. Whoops, I'm sorry. Drysdales. Apply filter. There it is. I'm going to check that. Select. But we're not done yet. Then we still need to make sure that we add, because you'll notice down here there's nothing in there's no items to display. Well, let's add an item there. So now we're going to make sure that this person is in the Drysdale group list. So once we add them there, we will see that they are in the Drysdale group list, right? So now we got them in 1. You also want to get them in the office group list. So that's should match the organizational unit. There's the Danville office. Select. And don't forget to add. Got to get that add in there. Okay, once it's added, then we can just close this here, and we can now see this person is a member of 2 distribution lists. Awesome. Love it. Okay, and that's pretty much it for the user/mailbox. Same thing. Now let's take a look at the distribution list. So I'm going to go to the Services tab. From here, under Email, Distribution Lists. Okay, now one thing you'll notice in here is that not only are the group, the office distribution lists in here, you'll notice there are people in here as well. We have agents also in here. If an agent is in this list, that means they do not have a physical mailbox. They have a forward setup. So like this agent here has a forward setup. This person does not have a password to log in to exchange.intermedia.net. They have their BHHS email address, which every agent needs. They have this forwarding to some outside email address. We can click on that and we can see exactly what it's going to. So in this case, person under members, and we can see that this is going to a Gmail address. Okay. So I wanted to make that clear. So let's say somebody says, you know what, I don't use my BHHS email. I have it on a forward. I'm never going to go into my BHHS mail. I just want everything to forward to my Gmail. So in that case, you would just create a new distribution list with the BHHS email address. All right, so here I still want to keep this the same, because the display name is going to make it very easy for me later on. If I ever need to search, that is what's going to help me out. It's going to make my life a lot easier. Now, obviously, here we already have that email address, so I'm just going to go ahead and put a dot in between there. Organizational unit won't need to be unless Danville. There we go. All right. And now we're not only going to create, we're going to add members. So this is a distribution list, but this is how you set up a forward. So I'm going to show you that. For agents who just want to use their non-BHHS email address. All right, so we're going to go ahead and make this person a member. Right, so let's go ahead and select, let's say a contact, right? So then we would take any contact here. I'll just throw this one in, why not? All right, so I think I might even have mine in here. No. Oh, we got Greg Soddy, we'll take him. Okay. Okay, got that. Make sure you add. Adding is the most important thing here, or else they will not be added. Okay, so now we have that. Now we have a member for this distribution list, right? So anytime anybody sends anything to test.tester2 at BHHS Drysdale, it will forward to the non-BHHS email address. Okay. I think what we need to do here is create a company contact. Company contacts are non-BHHS email addresses. So right now I'm going to create a new one because I want to set up a forward. I want everything that goes from the email address that I just created, test.tester, I want every email sent there to go to my Gmail address. Again, I'm going to keep the display name the same. So if I ever need to search, it's going to pull them all up. I'm going to put in a non-BHHS email address and no organizational unit for the contact. Create. And depending on the speed of your computer, that can take a few seconds or it can take a little bit longer. Okay, so now I've created my company contact. Now what am I going to do with it? Where do I put it? Well, like I said, if we need to move it into a distribution list, we can definitely do that to add a company contact there. But in this case, I just want a forward, so I need to get this forward set up here. Searching made easy. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. It's generally going to take me back to the user information. I'll have to switch to the Exchange tab. Once I do that, I can see that the forward is not set up, so let's get that set up. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to look for the contact that I just created, which should still be under tester. All right, and you can see there's the Gmail address right there. Boom. Oops. Save your changes. Make sure you save the changes. It'll process. And now we can see that the forward is correctly set up here. Okay, so now I got the forward here, but I forgot to do something. There was something that we forgot to do. Okay, so when you set up this forward, it all depends on if the agent wants the forward, the email address. So any emails that are sent to test.tester@bhhsdrysdale.com, I want a copy saved in that email address, in that mailbox. But I also want it to forward to my Gmail. So that's why I'm going to click on this right here, this Save Copies of Forwarded Emails in tester. That way now I have 2 copies. So if I ever need to go back into my BHHS and check some emails that might have not got forwarded to my Gmail, I can go right here and check that. So now that I've saved this, save the copy, I need to save my changes again. Very, very important. One of the most important things right there. And it's so small you might miss it, but now you know exactly where it is, where to go. And that will cover the company contacts. We're going to go back to services now. And I'm just going to click on Mailbox. I'm going to see some screens popping up over here on the left side. Let's go to mobile. Mobile. Okay, and then from here, this is where you would go to help an agent set up their BHHS on their phone. So you got the domain name. It's going to ask you for that. You'll need to know that. You'll have this memorized in no time. The server name right there. And then, of course, the username, which needs to go into your mobile phone. This will be the most important thing. Without this, the sync won't work and the email will not install correctly onto their mobile phone. So that's very, very important. All right. Let me check and see if there's any questions so far. Is there a way to get this training recorded with the screen trainings also for new ACs? Absolutely. Yeah, we can definitely do that. We'll make sure that we put this up on our YouTube channel. And if anybody wants to go back and watch it, they definitely can. Make it all easy for you. Put it all in one little spot. Okay. So we've shown you how to create a user, how to create a distribution list, how to add people to a distribution list, how to create a forward from a distribution list, how to create a forward from a mailbox, how to create the company contact, the non-BHHS email address. Make sure that you save a copy of any emails, save them to our server. Very important there, okay? Now, let's see. Drysdale. I believe our YouTube channel is Drysdale Support, if I remember correctly. But I'll make sure I get that link out to everybody too, so we can save it in our quick links. Can always go back to it. Easy breezy. Okay, so now that we've created, how do we delete? How do we get rid of this? So, when you are removing an agent, let's go through this. You have to remove the company contact. So you want to make sure that you do that. Generally, I'll do that first, just to make sure. Now, one thing you can do is, because I have my display name set up, it should pull up everything associated with it, right? You saw that in the dropdown. I'll show you again. Oops. I know you're found. I know you're there. It's too fast for it. There it is. So I see 3. So I need to remove all 3 of these. I just need to make sure that they're all gone. And if I ever remove all of these and I'm still not sure, I can always go back here and I can just double check. So we have to remove all these. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to services. We're going to start with company contact. Remove the company contact. Okay. Searches by the name, so that's why the name is very important here. I can see Greg Fernandez 2@gmail.com. I'm going to click on that and delete it. So that's the first step. I might search for something in here that's not in there. So, okay, then I'm going to go, don't need to worry about any distribution list because tester. Once I remove him from here, be gone. Doesn't hurt to always go back and check though. Okay, so I'm going to click on action. Come on. My computer's really slow today. Okay, then over here we have the delete exchange mailbox. Okay, delete it. It's gone. Never to be seen again. You can remove the distribution list from here too, but deleting the user will also do this. But let's be safe. Might take a few extra steps, but that way we don't have any future issues. All right. Close that. I'm going to close out of here and delete exchange mailbox. Okay, once I delete, it's gone. Excellent. All right, now we still got one more, right? Still got this. We don't need this anymore. I'll go back to distribution list. If we ever need to get rid of one, we can do that here. So if the agent had a BHHS, now they're no longer with us, we need to make sure that we remove this as well. Delete that. And we're done.